I assembled an army in elementary school and created the greatest rebellion in my school's history. When I was in the 3rd grade, my school was run by a gang of notorious bullies. They were a bunch of 6th grade girls who thought they were hot stuff, and they were always pushing the little kids around, shoving us into lockers, and generally making our lives miserable. The thing is, girls tend to be quite a bit bigger than boys at that age, so when you're a shrimpy 8-year-old boy who's about 4'2", a 5'2" girl's one-handed shove feels like a right hook from prime Mike Tyson. Well, one day, after being mercilessly and without reason shoved into a locker, I busted my head open, and it's at that moment that I had enough. I stood up, and with my forehead dripping red, told the girls that we were all sick of them, and if they wanted to fight, they would get one. This, of course, resulted in spontaneous fits of laughter, with one of them even coming up to me to shove me to the ground. It was while on the ground that I told her to meet me after lunch behind the hill where the teachers couldn't see us. I even told her to bring all her bully friends because they were all going to get it. She scoffed, said I was a dead man, and walked away talking about the ridiculous beating they were going to dish out on us wimps. Well, first recess came around, and I talked to my male classmate friends. They agreed they were sick of being bullied and would fight. The thing was, we knew we didn't stand a chance unless we got more help, so we hatched a plan. We got not just my friends, not just all the boys in my class, or even the boys in my grade. We got every boy in the school in grade 3 or lower. Lunchtime finally rolled around, and by the time we had finished our recruiting, it felt like we had a monstrous, unstoppable army of probably 70 kids. We all gathered at the top of that hill, and I felt like Alexander the Great marching into Babylon. We all waited for the girls to show up, and thankfully, they did. Well, as soon as they saw us, they all turned white. They literally froze in place looking at us, and I saw them turn around looking to leave. However, we didn't even give them a chance. Instead, we just charged down that hill at full speed. 70 kids were charging at them full speed, some as young as 5, all of us screaming our heads off with our fists in the air. We felt like the heart of the French Revolution, and the second we reached those girls, it was glorious. We didn't slow down or stop to fight them. We simply ran through them. They all screamed as they were being bounced around like ping pong balls by the stream of little bodies throwing themselves at them. Every single one of them was knocked down, and as I was standing over the screeching girl who shoved me, watching her get pummeled repeatedly by tiny fists and feet, I felt a great glory wash over me. By the time the battle was done, I felt like a Viking leader, watching the enemy get up and flee the scene in tears. Unfortunately, life wasn't sunshine and rainbows after. All the boys in my class were called into the principal's office, and 8 of us were given week-long after-school detentions. Luckily for us, our teacher was extremely chill. She knew about the bullying and let us just bring in snacks and watch movies for the entirety of detentios.